tonight. 1 week, one night, one step closer. We're playing inside this is what it's all about. We're with the Guerin Catholic cheerleaders. It's week 13 of Friday Football Frenzy, and it starts
From RTV6, this is Friday Football Frenzy.
And the frenzy rolls on. Good evening. Welcome to Week 13. Brad Brown, Jason Spells, Dave Merritt, all along here with the highlights in just a bit as we're now a week closer to the state finals. And tonight, the 6A championship game is now set. One half of the equation. You saw it live over on HTSN. Center Grove and Warren, our game of the week over there. The pit was a blast tonight. The Warren Central student section sounding good. We'll start with a field goal. Okay, not exciting until you realize it's Max Hernandez with that game winner last week at Pike. This week, 46 yards out. Warren up 3-0. Second quarter then, the give to Warren's leading rusher, Tyrone Young, 2-yard touch. And the junior puts him up 9-0. Just before the half, though, Center Grove answers. Nice pass here from Luke Calvert to Devin Hensley. 5-yard score. Trojans only down 9-7. Then, fourth quarter we go. Center Grove goes for it, coming up here on 4th and goal. Calvert tries to get it to Justin Benetzo as Warren's Willie Wesby bats it away. Just the tip, he's thinking. Beautiful play here as he got it done. Warren Central upsets Center Grove 12-7. They're ahead to the 6A finals. Greg Rakestraw with Jason West, who last year took Lawrence Central there.
Do you realize that you're going to the state finals in back-to-back years with two different teams?
No, that's kind of nice, but the kids did it. You know, they get all the credit. I'm just along for the ride. You know, trying to give them the best opportunity for now and the future, and they just buy in. And when they do that, they're pretty special.
So, Warren Central back in the 6A title game. Who will they play next? So the answer, and the 3A regional between Brebeuf and Guerin, all thanks to our Friday Football Frenzy Flyline. Always a cool night for flying, especially so on a brisk November evening with our first stop at Guerin Catholic. It's the 3A regional as they host Brebeuf, a rematch of a game played back in week 7, won by the Braves. Oh, by the way, Brebeuf also going for their first ever regional championship tonight. And Brebeuf dominates from the start. Junior running back Levante Bellamy with this 9-yard touchdown. Braves lead at 28-7 at the break. When you come to Guerin Catholic football games, you got to check out the famous Joe's Butcher Shop hot dogs. And guess who's here? Joe himself. Now, what sets your hot dogs apart from everyone else?
They don't wag their tails?
Tough night for Jokes and the Golden Eagle defense. Brebeuf advances 35-18. It's a quick hop, skip, and a jump over to Carmel. 6A semi-state hosting Penn. It's all defense in the first half as Carmel linebacker Ryan Sondels comes up with a sack. Greyhounds up 7-6 at the break. I'm here with my man Tony, who is a huge Kevin Gregory fan. Why are you such a huge Kevin Gregory fan?
Because he's hilarious.
Okay, so if you're such a huge Kevin Gregory fan, why aren't you wearing a jacket? Hello?
Well, one, he told me the weather was beautiful tonight, and I'm the man.
Kevin never lies. Well, you might be the man. Good luck to you. Carmel's fired up in the third. Quarterback Isaac James with a couple of nice cutbacks for a 31-yard touchdown.
And they're going to still run the ball. I promise you, but they're going to take those chances down the field.
Then the defense takes over from there. Jack Conway with the pick 6. Carmel rises to the occasion to win their 9th semi-state, 28-13, as we rise up ourselves, wrapping up another Friday Football Frenzy. Flylights. A scary moment in the second quarter of the Carmel game when the head referee collapsed. Doctors were right there to revive him before he was taken to the hospital. Meanwhile, Brebeuf goes on to host Gibson Southern next Friday in the 3A semi-state. Well, few schools have as many regional titles as Cathedral. And tonight, the Irish adding to their resume, going for their first regional in Class 5A. Not before Whiteland had something to say about it. Our Dave Merritt was there.
Cathedral, Whiteland.
Be the most physical guy on the field. Let's go 7-7.
The Irish right out of the gate. Caleb Cross eating up real estate. 58 yards for the score and a quick 7-0 Cathedral lead. Second quarter, Colin Barthel finds Dan Oden in the end zone. 35-0 at the half. Cathedral would add 7 in the early third, and then Whiteland would come alive. Or should I say Jeffrey Wooten would. 3 scores, 21 unanswered for the Warriors, cutting Cathedral's lead in half.
Going
Listen to it, don't react to
But
it.
the Irish would regroup after that. In the fourth, Evan Christopher would zigzag his way through the Whiteland defense, finding the end zone. Cathedral wins 56-28. Dave Marin, Friday Football Frenzy.
Dave, thanks. Another 5A regional game had Westfield going up to Fort Wayne Snyder. The Shamrocks were rolling in this one. Nick Farrer to Ben LaFalien. A quick 7-0 start for Westfield. Same duo connected again here in the second quarter. Watch the pretty pass and catch here for the score. Rocks win big 36-7. They'll host Concord next Friday's 5A semi-state. When the night began, 4A still had a couple of undefeated teams, namely Columbus East and New Pal, raising the question if they run a collision course at semi-state. Brad Brown, he's waving me down. He's got all the highlights just back from the game. Brad.
Excited to be here, Dave.
Yeah.
12-0 Columbus East has won every game this season by at least 28 points, and they've scored more than 40 all 12 times. New Pal is also 12-0 for the first time in school history, but the Dragons would have to get past Chittard to make it 13. Let's start in Columbus, taking on Jasper tonight, and East left no doubt about this one from the start. Jasper QB Alex Cowan, just 5'8", 170, but the kid can do it all. Fakes the handoff, airs it out. JT Volker makes the catch, 47-yard score, and just that quickly, 14-0 Olympians. And Cowan's got a beast with him in the backfield. It's Markel Jones, all 200 pounds worth. They couldn't stop him much tonight. Barrels into the end zone for the score. It was 21-zip before the end of the first. Plenty of push-ups for the East boys tonight. Christian Wickman taking it in here. 4 TDs on the first 4 drives. Cowan one run in later. And the Olympians dominate 42-0 the final. They do it again. Let's see who they'll play at semi-state. Jason Spells has Chittard and New Pal.
History on the line tonight as Bishop Chittard goes for his 13th consecutive regional championship. The Trojans always dominant in November, but going up against a 12-0 New Pal squad full of swagger tonight. With the score tied at 14, we picked this one up in the second half, and it was all about the Dragons' kicking game early on. 2 field goals would give New Pal a 20-14 lead, but late in the fourth, James Young busts the game wide open. 70-yard touchdown run. As the Dragons win their first regional title since 1990, ending the 12-year reign of Chittard by a final of 27-14.
I talked to him at halftime, and I told him, this is what we train for. We didn't train you guys so hard in the offseason to turn you into quitters, people to put your head down. We trained you to be resilient. We trained you to be mentally tough and physically tough, and I challenged him. I said the game's 0-0. We'll see which one of these two teams can come out and be the mentally and physically tougher team in the second half, and we answer the bell just like we have all season long. And, again, I couldn't be prouder of what we accomplished tonight.
From New Palestine, I'm Jason Spells for Friday Football Frenzy.
First time in 13 years, Chittard will not be playing in a semi-state. Next week, 13-0 New Pal at 13-0 Columbus East. It's the third straight Final Four for East. Should be a dynamite matchup next Friday, Dave.
How about New Pal? Coming up more. I know that guy. Class 2A Regional. Ritter playing Cecina. Rematch from Week 8. Ritter won by 7. Ritter on the board first. Jake Parika to Jake Hagan. Nobody can catch him. Easy score. 7-0 Raiders. Move ahead to the third. Then Cecina keeping it close. Jordan Brown fumbles it as he gets in the end zone. Scrambles to recover, though. That makes it 21-14. Cecina still down by 7. Ritter defense stepping up late. Nolan Ayers pass picked off by Tyree Hollis. Ritter wins at 28-14. Their second straight regional title. They'll play Paoli in next week's semi-state. One more for you. This from 1A. Our Shea Goodpaster checking out unbeaten Eastern Hancock at South Putnam. South Putt gets the early advantage. Joe Waters with the 6-yard touch. It took a 14-0 lead at that point, but that's all the scoring for South tonight. The Royals dominate from there. Quarterback Logan Splater keeps it himself. Eastern stays unbeaten. 29-14 is the final. They'll host Linton Stockton next week with a 1A semi-state. Well, NBA tonight, 8 is great, but